welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian families collection. For today's video we're going to be having a look at some really vintage items. So these here, all of these are from 1986 and they were released into the Japanese Sylvanian families range, and I don't recall these coming into the UK range. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I don't recall them getting a UK release, and I can't recall seeing them in any of the old catalogues or anything like that when I've been having a look through. I've decided today to pair them with this mole house as it's contemporary in the range. This is also from 1986. We're not going to look too much at the mole house today. I do have a separate video on that if you want to have a closer look at that. And then also the mole family. They're one of the original families that was released into the range right at the start in 1985. So I thought these would all look nice together. This edition here is not the 1985 one. This is the re-release for the recent anniversary. I think it was the 30th or the 35th. I can't remember which one, but yeah, these are a newer edition. Hence why they're looking so clean and unplayed with. I remember seeing a promo image of the moles, this house and these tools, and that was the first time I'd seen these tools, and I thought they looked really, really cool. And I've been wanting them since then. It was an image not unlike this one. This isn't the exact one that I saw. I couldn't find the exact one, but you can see the tools there with the moles and the mole house. So he's got the little pickaxe and there's some length by the side of the house. So this was my thinking on bringing these sets together to show you today. And then here is the range of items that these come in. So you can see the 2 wheelbarrows are there, along with other items that are kind of contemporary to this, and then the tools are all over here. There's quite a few in this range. The last one I really want is that one in the middle of the screen right now with the chopping axe and the firewood. That's the last one I'd like to get of these. There's also some really cute vegetables down here that I'd like to get, but I never see those come up, so they must be very rare. This book is called the Sylvanian Families Exhibition Encyclopedia. It's a Japanese book. It's out of print now, but your best bet to find one will be on a second-hand site. It's a very useful resource, especially for the Japanese range. So on to what I have here. So there's 6 sets in total. You can see 4 of them are in the box. These 2 at the front, you would have had 4 in one set, 4 in the other set, and they would have come in boxes just like these ones. I got these as a lot. So these ones unfortunately didn't come with the box, but the majority did. These 2 are new in box, they've never been played with. These 2 are not new in box, but they've got all the pieces. And then obviously these are without box, but they're all in really good condition. So let's have a quick look at the boxes and then we'll get on to looking at the tools close up. So if we start with this saw set, you can see the box on this one is a little bit damaged, but it's got this kind of wood effect around it. And all of the tools came in boxes like this. You can see Sylvanian families up here. On the top, it's got this cute artwork. I really like this. It's very colourful, very cartoony. And then it's got the name in Japanese of the set on the side here. On the other side, it's got that design again. And again on the bottom, so that's kind of the same all the way around. And then on the back, it shows the items being used, and these are various characters from the start of the range. So you've got the timber top bears, 2 of them, thistlethorn mouse, and I think this is an oakwood squirrel. So all the older families in the range, and it shows that they should fit with all the sizes of character as well, so that's always good to know. Some text here which I'm guessing is explaining about the set here as well. So that's that one. And then you'll see that this one is exactly the same. Only difference being obviously the contents and also the picture on the back, different families. So we've got the oakwood squirrels and thistlethorns again, but these are the child size figures. Then the boxes on these ones are slightly different. So we've got a nice big image on the front rather than having the clear plastic that you can see through. This again is similar, but it's got this nice green colour, very natural looking. And then on the back there's no setup image for this one. This box is in such good condition considering it's from 1986. I was very impressed when these came in the post. This one again is exactly the same. You can see it used to be 300 yen. I definitely did not pay 300 yen for these. But again, the box is in great condition. Again, no setup image on this one, but nice big picture on the front. So let's start with the ones that are out of the box for a closer look. So here's the first piece here. I don't know the name for all of these different types of tool, so we'll just have a quick whiz through them. These parts, so this is plastic, but this part is definitely metal. It's quite a lightweight metal, but it's metal nonetheless. Looks very realistic, I think. And we've got a pickaxe. Again, plastic handle, metal on the head. Spade, plastic handle, metal head again. This is a similar mould to others we've seen in the range. And this kind of sledgehammer type piece. Again, plastic handle, metal head. Just love how realistic they look. We'll set them up with the figures when we've got everything out. Then on the more farm tools, we've got this hoe. This will look great on my farm. I'm really excited to put these into scenes. We have a rake. Again, this is a similar mould to what we've seen later in the range, with a plastic head rather than the metal head that we've got on these. Pitchfork. Again, this mould is very familiar. I think they've used the same one throughout time, but this one does have the metal head. And a scythe. So that was a kind of mining tool set and a farming tool set. Then we've got this carpenter set. And the interesting thing is they come with these little rubber bands. And there's different sizes of rubber bands. And on the back of the packet, which I Google translated, it says that you use these to help them hold the tools and such. So I thought that was a cool addition that they've included these. I do think they'll probably not be stretchy anymore considering how old they are. So we'll have to see about that. But this carpentry set comes with these two wooden parts. Almost like little tiny log benches to hold the wood up. I love the detail on these. The wood grain's really lovely. You've got the darker outer and lighter inner. Both of those are exactly the same. Then it comes with this little hammer or mallet. This is all plastic. The kind of wood shaving piece. Says Japan on it there. And also the piece of wood that's being worked on. Again, that says Japan on it. But this piece is lovely as well. The grain on this is kind of raised. And then you've got the darker piece of wood on this side as well. Again, with its own grain. I just thought the detail on this is lovely. I'll set them up in a minute. Then we have the saw set. So it comes with 3 different types of saws. 2-person saw, 1-person saw, and whatever on earth this is. I'm not very good with tools. I know it's a saw of some description. I don't know when you would use that type of saw. And this one is even better because it comes with not only the little rubber bands, but also instructions of how you should tie the little rubber bands so that they fit around the Sylvanian's paws. So clever. Also helpful. This is helpful for making them hold any kind of object as well, because you could use these rubber bands not just on these saws but other objects as well. And this one came with 2 sets of rubber bands, so I've got lots. But again, I think they're probably going to have rotted by now, as elastic doesn't always, well, elastic and rubber doesn't always hold up very well. So here's that very familiar green plastic, and the saw blade. It's not sharp, I can run my finger on it, doesn't really hurt. It's probably safe for children. Then here is the hand saw. Again, this is a metal blade and plastic handle. This one's got a bit of sticky on it from the tape from the box, so I just need to use some Goo Gone or something on that to get that off. But I think that should come off. Again, it's got the saw blade, but it's not sharp. It's not hurting me to do that, as you would hope from a children's toy. And then here's the two-person saw. Again, plastic handles, metal blade. I love that the blades are metal. It just makes the pieces so realistic. Then we've got the wheelbarrow piece. So this one is still in its little holder in the box. Very gently take that out. Here's the wheelbarrow. So this looks very much like it's made of wood. It's not made of wood, it's made of plastic, but it really does look like it could have been made of wood by the Sylvanians. This wheel turns round as well, so you can push it along. It's also got these feet, so you'll be able to position it and pose it. It's not got a massive amount of room in it, but the way I've seen it set up is like transporting the tools. So that's the wheelbarrow, and then there's also this cart. So there's that one in here. Again, it's in its little holding cardboard, so gently take that out. And again, it looks like it's made of wood, it's made of plastic, and the wheels on this, oh, they turn around really well. Got a metal bar under there for the axle. This one's got a bit more room in it. And that, in a very messy pile, is all the pieces. So let me do a little setup off camera, because I imagine there's going to be some balancing and fiddling, trying to get everything to look good together. And then I'll be back with you. And here we are. I've set up a little scene with all the different tools. Miraculously, these rubber bands are still pretty stretchy enough to be able to get them to do what they were telling you to do in the instructions. So I've got 3 sizes of Sylvanians here. I've got the biggest, which is the timber top, so I gave him the biggest bands. Medium, which is the Snow Warren bunnies, and small in the Wheelbarrows moles. So they definitely work. It was a real struggle to get them over the hands. I feel like if you did it a lot, you'd really damage the flocking on the hands. So it's probably not something I'm going to do all the time, but it's very effective on the flat hands. It's a little bit more tricky on the kind of grippy hands because the thumb kind of gets in the way. So if we take a look at Mr. Snow Warren here, you can see he's got the bands around his paw just here and here. And then I've managed to nestle the saw against his thumb. But if he had a flat hand, it could go more against his palm and probably be a little bit more secure. But he's definitely holding it. He's really got it there. It's just pointing downwards a little bit. But in this scene, that kind of works. It looks like he's angling the saw. These two, I'm not going to touch them because it's very precarious. So a benefit of the thumb is that it helps keep the rubber band on. As you can see, this one is trying to make an escape off of the Wheelbarrows mole's paw. So I'm not going to touch them too much because I finally managed to get it to work so they can just stand there and nobody breathe around them. Then I've got some of the tools and decoration in the background here, and then the 2 wheelbarrows. So this one works for the moles, but it's probably quite low, so I don't think it would work so well with the timber tops unless you were going to pose it really tilted upwards. This one works better for the adult figures in all the sizes, but they're kind of off on their way to go and do some work in the mines. And yeah, I think it looks really good together. I love how realistic the tools look. Scale is obviously perfect. I just think these are going to be so good for adding some more detail into some of my setups and scenes. And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.